my God, look who it is! Mr. Rendy! Woohoo! What is going on, my friend?
Not much, just killing some ammonite crabs, talking to you. Glad to be here. I'm interested to see how this will turn out, so let's do it.
So, firstly, before we get into the intro, Rendy has told me that is not Mark Cuban in the background. In case you people are wondering. Because I don't know, man. My eyesight is like fairly decent.
What is this?
But kind of looks like Mark Cuban in a way. All right. So for those of you who do not know, this is Rendy. His YouTube channel is Rendy Mento. His links will be down below in the description of this video. His YouTube currently has 142,000 subscribers. His Twitch TV and Twitter links are also down below as well. His first video on YouTube, or rather on your channel, because I know you said you started uploading videos 2006?
Yeah, but I've since then privated and listed a lot of videos. So, yeah, I think the one you're going to refer to is like, I'm going to guess, I don't even know, 2018?
Actually, no, the oldest, it's fucking YouTube has fucked us again. So right now, hopefully it gets reverted, but there is a popular and uploads, like, I think it's popular and like uploads, so you gotta scroll down to actually see your first video. But the first video I found, or oldest video I found on your channel, is Rendy third PKing video, The Final Stand, uploaded August 9th, 2012.
Okay, yeah, that was like barely like pre-EOC before they put that. So that's a little old, but yeah, I'd say I've been uploading since like 2006. I had some PK videos, and obviously, since it says third video, there's some stuff missing there from even that one. So, yeah, I've been here a while, just kind of in secret.
Come on, God, sorry, dude. Hang on, hang on.
You're good.
God. We're elevating in a rocket ship. Dude, I just bought an automated desk. Oh, it was.
You got a standing desk?
Yeah, dude, it was on sale. Because my fucking dog is having issues getting up the damn. I know, buddy. I'm not talking to you. I know. I'm sorry. He's having issues climbing up, and I was having wrist issues as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of these things are like amazing. So yeah,
they're getting pretty affordable now too. Like, I saw some pretty cheap ones on Amazon and whatnot that were standing.
Yeah, I mean, it was down from 360 to 220.
Jeez.
And it was 6 months with no interest, which is like a steal. And it did throw me off a little bit because it asked me if I wanted someone to come to my house and install it, and I'm like, like how long, like how hard is it? And then I get it and open it, and I put it together in like 30 minutes, so it wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, it helps out a lot. And no, I'm not being sponsored by Standing Electric.
Whatever the brand is.
I don't even know this brand. I'm just gonna call it.
It's probably some Chinese brand.
Bought on Amazon.
Yeah.
So, all right. So that was 2012. 10 years ago. Most viewed video is go figure. 3 combat fire cape by Rendy with 700,000 K views. Absolutely epic video. Level 3 getting a fire cape. That is absolutely astonishing.
I didn't know it had that many views. I thought it had like 500K or something. That's news to me. Okay.
Like crazy.
Sweet.
I got some questions for you, and probably a lot of people definitely want to hear these questions too, who do watch you, and hopefully a lot of new people flock to you as well. When did you first create content, and why did you choose to start creating content?
So it was like, I'd say, like I said earlier, 2006, and so I was on Zybez a lot before they even had YouTube. And they would people would upload their like PK videos on like file share sites on Zybez, and I would watch those, like Fear Figment, Hi the PK, I'm Hot My Eye, just to name a few. And I watched this and I was like, this is so cool. I was like a 6th grade, 5th grade kid, So I was like, I want to edit my own PK videos and try that out. So I started making PK videos in like 2006. Started learning how to edit with that. Kept making PK videos till like 2009. Then I finally, when my voice had dropped, right, then I started doing some commentary.
Oh, God damn it,
okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, started doing some commentary and still some PK videos, and maybe like average like 3 to 5 uploads a year, not anything serious. From there, kind of kept doing that. Had a little break after EOC came out. And then kind of old school came out. Did more PK. I did PK videos even in old school on like Obby Mauler accounts and all of that for a long time. And eventually did like Fire Cape stuff and tried beating my own records because no one else really tried to. Someone who inspired me a lot with that kind of thing was like UAEXV Jad. I don't remember if you know that name or not, but he did like the OG like 40 combat Fire Capes way back in like 2007 or 2006 even. And so yeah, I got into that.
He was around
and then
the same era as Defiled.
Yeah.
It rings a bell. I want to say, but I don't remember it. Like so much and stuff.
Yeah, they were just like one-off videos, like yeah, here's a Fire Cape at 40 combat, here's Jad fight with like some hard style music added to it or something, and yeah, so I like that concept and started just doing that, and then in like 2019, early 2019, I started kind of taking it more seriously, uploaded a lot more frequently, and my friend told me, he's like, it's really easy to get into like the YouTube algorithm right now as long as you're playing old school and like you're doing like something decent. So I was like, okay, I'll try it out, and I uploaded frequently, and it actually paid off a bit. And I just kind of took the aspect of those Fire Cape challenges and did them other places, like lowest level this, lowest level that, and switched it up a bit. Did some like real life skit stuff with RuneScape, and some progress videos and all of that, and pretty much that's where I'm at today. So that's a rundown.
Yeah, no, I mean that's definitely you've definitely been uploading. It's crazy because when we were first going back and forth on Twitter, we were messaging, and you told me that you started uploading videos 2006. I'm like, holy shit! Like,
I was a nobody then, though, so it doesn't really count.
It doesn't like it. The fact is, like, a lot of people uploading shit from 2006 are probably not still uploading shit like anymore, like to this day and stuff. And you're still, doing it, and it's definitely paid off significantly. Like you said, it was 2018, 2019. You basically pretty much had like explosive growth with a lot of your challenge videos. So yeah, definitely, because I started uploading middle of 2008, and
yeah,
I've actually have not came across really anyone who started uploading like that was Sky Cheap. He was
yeah,
one of the first, and it's funny because like if I were to have a conversation with like maybe like I don't know, like it's maybe like 2-3 out of like 10 people really don't even know who Skychi is, but you go back like 5 10 years ago, everyone remembered him.
I forgot about him till you just brought him up. He's totally wiped from my mind.
I remember those little cartoon type videos, and I mean the dude had 42,000 subscribers before I think 42 43 before deleting his channel. But then you had people like So Solid 2K. They only had a couple thousand subscribers and stuff like. But the dude he didn't. I don't think he liked the attention very much.
He still uploads.
Sky
So Solid 2K.
Oh no, I was talking about
yeah. Skychi, no, yeah, he did not like it, but it's weird because he, at the end of his videos, he'd be like, "And I'm just another fat loser, and he would put his photo up at the end and like, show what he looks like. But he didn't want the attention at the end of the day, and I think he kind of like cursed himself by throwing that IRL terrible photo of himself up there in the dark days of the internet. So that's probably a contributing factor to him just completely vanishing. But yeah, so Solid 2K still uploads. I was actually checking out his channel the other day, and he doesn't upload RuneScape really, but just other games.
Oh shit!
Oh yeah,
I definitely have to check that fucking shit out.
And nowadays it's like all like overproduced and tried like very hard to be made professional, and I kind of miss that. Honestly, that was a good part of, I think, what made your content so unique was like it was so raw, and like you just go at it and do it real quick, and it would still be hilarious. It'd still be like relatable, and it I feel like that's kind of missing from today's like RuneScape YouTube community, actually YouTube in general. But
well, so
yeah,
I mean that definitely brings us to our next question that I definitely have for you as well, and yeah, I mean the entire I don't know if like atmosphere is really or maybe it's just the desire by people watching is really it's not really so much like shot content anymore. It's actual like oh my god, you're really good at this game. And I mean, I'll go ahead and be honest, I suck at playing RuneScape. Like I will smith cannonballs all day long, and I will cook and I will fletch and I will be a little like hermit crab, little biatch. But when it comes to like doing like a lot of challenges, like definitely not.
Yeah, but let's be honest, you're playing the game like how it was intended to be played, where like it's a very casual game for the normal person to play, and I think that because it's maybe just because of what I do so different, people like enjoy to watch it, but they're like, fuck, I'm not going to do that myself. Like I'd rather just watch somebody else do it. And I think that's part of the appeal with that. So
yeah, I mean, you have definitely hit like we were talking about before, off recording, you've definitely gotten a significant amount of attention. And my second question is, what made you start doing challenges and why?
This goes back to kind of like the fire cape thing. So like this is kind of a weird story, but I was going for, do you remember like the fight kiln in like pre-EOC era? Like it was like the successor to the yeah. So I was going for like lowest level fight kiln at the time in like pre-EOC, and I had to make my account with a fire cape very low as well, because you had to sacrifice the cape to go into the fight kiln. Yep. So I did the low level fire cape, and then I realized someone was telling me they're like actually you just like did like the lowest level fire cape. I was like, did I? No and sorry, I looked it up. Besides like the one that was like pure like bug abuse where the guy went inside as level 3, that was like the only legitimate fire cape at this low level, and I was like, okay, that's surprising. So I uploaded the video on it, and I wasn't gonna upload it till I did the kiln, but I got some views off that, and I was like, this is interesting, like people like to watch this. So and that was kind of a challenge. Meanwhile, I failed the kiln. I got to the last boss on that on the same account, and 2 weeks later the P dart came out, or what was it called, the dart you literally insta kill dart or insta death dart, the one you literally just throw and it just kills.
You mean the death touch dart.
And and this was before they pulled updates and before you knew what was coming to the game. So it's like a surprise. Like there's a brand new weapon you could have just used on the last boss you died on and one shot it with. So I was like, whatever. So anyways, so then Old School came out, and I kept trying to do lowest level fire capes because I realized I could, and those got some attention. I streamed a little bit like on Twitch in like 2014-ish doing low level fire cape attempts, and I was actually got a pretty good view count and like people watching, pretty good chat and all that going. And I kind of stopped because I was in school. I didn't have much time for it. And eventually down the line, I kept while in school doing those challenges, just like as little tiny snippet videos of just a Jad fight. Level 30 does, Jad or whatever. And then, like I said, in 2019, I was trying to think, how can I turn this into like something bigger that people are going to watch? and that's when I just had the idea with like, well, what if we just do lowest level everything, not just a fire cape?
Yeah.
Or what if, it doesn't even have to be lowest level anymore. What if we just have this ridiculous idea and let's work it out on paper and see if it's theoretically possible, and if it is, then we'll try and do it, and then we'll explain the whole pathway of like everything that's been a failure, everything that's been a success, all the way to the end goal. And people like to watch that because, once again, I think it's people don't want to do that kind of thing. They want to watch someone else suffer, and they want to watch someone else have to do it. So
that's what speed runs are for. Like I love Resident Evil. I do not play that game on a speed run. I hate, and I watch people doing speed runs, and yeah, like you're totally right. People definitely want to see you suffer and not them.
Yes, and it's even the same for like when I watch people PvP. I'm awful at PvP nowadays, and I'm just like, I do not want to waste the time to get good, so I'd rather just watch this guy do it and stay out of it. So yeah, definitely same feeling with a lot of things. I feel like with entertainment, it's just and even with the stuff that's not hard, like these these made up snowflake game modes people are doing, like Tile Man with Settled, and like Chunk Man mode, and this region locked Iron Man, like Swampletics. People want to, like, it might not be hard to do, but it's like it takes so much time, and people are not going to want to experience this for themselves, so they'd rather just watch someone else spend the time to do it, and in a very consolidated way where you cut all the clips up and throw them together. So yeah, that's a huge appeal, I think, in at least RuneScape community, if not, like you said, speedrunning and everywhere else. So
yeah. I mean, I definitely agree, because no one, like, on this game really thinks like, hey, I need to get a fire cape at like level, like no, let's train combat, train range to like easier.
Yeah.
There's like a lot of people out there that because I remember when when streaming became really popular. I think it was before Twitch, Justin TV, and even when I started streaming 2013, people were streaming 2011 ish, and they were just saying, hey, I'm going to do Jad like the quickest. So doing it the quickest, best items, best gear. No one that I watched, no one that I saw ever really thought like, I'm gonna, indulge level 3, level let's see, level 3, level 4. I'm just scrolling through some videos. Level 18,
there's too many. Yeah.
43, level 9, level 35. Fucking, and I mean, it's like all your low levels have hundreds and hundreds of thousands of views. Level 3, almost 500k for the kin. And then it's playing RuneScape properly, which is 126 combat, and that has it still has a lot of views, 274k, but it doesn't it's max combat. It's
like on a steering wheel.
Yeah, it's basically opposite day for pretty much your channel. And
yeah.
So yeah, I mean, you're known really as someone that does crazy like challenges, and it's not like attempt. Like, if I did some crazy challenges, I think some people would watch, but a lot of people try to do crazy challenges all the time. Not very many succeed. Like, you're definitely one of the very unique people that have definitely succeeded and stuff in a lot of these type of challenges.
Yeah, I think I'm a lot better at that aspect than reacting. I'm terrible at reacting to things. Like, that's another reason why I can't PK very well, because you don't know what's going to happen and you have to react. And yeah, I think a lot of people think it's like they watch the videos and they're like, oh, this is insane, I could never do this, but I have a belief that pretty much anyone could do what I do. It's just whether or not they want to spend the time doing it, and I would not suggest spending the time doing it unless you're going to be some, decent sized content creator, or else it's not really worth it. Now, I guess like in the very olden days of like why I did it before I was a content creator, I guess there was like some satisfaction of it to like the fact that I could like bank stand afterwards on like a level 3 or like a level 30. and people will be like, oh my god, look at that guy, like free attention, you know, he's a level 30 with a fire cape just sitting there. And I kind of did it for like those kind of selfish
Yeah.
reasons way back when, and that's another appeal of it. When you can see something that you've accomplished and other people can see it too, that's as well why I hate doing like these snowflake Iron Man ideas. Like because you can't see it. It's like it's like made up man mode. You know, it's like all in your head.
You said
So
snowflake Iron Man.
yeah, that's what they're calling it, dude. I don't know. I didn't make the term up, but it's something else. So yeah.
Oh, that's
Uh
really funny.
yeah.
All right, so moving on to question 3, because this kind of really ties into question, and you probably already answered this, but kind of want your opinion. What makes Rendy question mark? Like, what makes you very unique? Maybe if you think about like
More so personality versus like, oh, just because he does the challenges kind of
yeah,
thing.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like if you had like just really toot your own horn, which is a good thing because if you don't toot your own horn in life, no one else is going to do it for you. So, like, what makes you like definitely very unique and like it's a very like unique RuneScape player and stuff.
Um, so what makes Rendy? I would say first of all, like I am as an individual, I'm not Rendy at all. Not at all. I'd say 10% of my real personality is Rendy. So like in real life, I'm nothing like the character I am on Twitter or YouTube. Because I do a lot of quirky things in a lot of these videos that aren't even the challenge ones, like you know, the one where I lock myself in a dog cage, for instance. Yeah, I wouldn't do that just for fun in real life, no. But there's other examples, like there's a lot of old videos where I purposely try to act like arrogant and kind of like stuck up and just kind of like the anti-hero, because there wasn't really one of those in like the RuneScape community, so I was like trying to be the RuneScape bad boy, you know.
Yeah.
For instance, like I used to sell fire capes and infernos. So like and like everyone knows that. So they already associate that with me. So I'm like, let's just play up the picture worse. So let's look like a Disney Channel villain or something with a golden suit on. And so that's not really me, but I guess the quirkiness and like the kind of like fuck you attitude makes Rendy Rendy when it comes to like a lot of the things that aren't involving challenges. But like you said, a lot of it also is just doing these weird challenges and trying to just think of something absolutely ridiculous, do something absolutely ridiculous, and hopefully you know, one day I can branch out a little bit more. It's hard whenever you are known as Rendy for doing challenges and like you're just known for being good at the game. Whereas like you said, a lot of content creators like yourself don't have to be good at the game because they started with their like personality versus the other way around. I've tried to start with being good at something and then slowly integrate my personality into it. And that's been pretty successful. Like I said, I don't have all just challenge videos, but the ones where there's not really any challenge still get good views, still get good reception. But it's been difficult getting to that point because a lot of people at first, you know, just know me for doing weird and impressive things on the game, not for my personality. So um, I've kind of tried to just play that up. And yeah, I don't know. What makes Rendy Rendy is like, I don't know if you can describe it very much other than that. Like, I
So
don't know.
I'll tell you like my personal opinion, and this is just looking through your current list of videos.
Hmm.
What I personally see, and maybe a lot of people will also comment on this video as well. What they their opinion is too, because people have asked me before, what makes NightmareRH NightmareRH, and I've given an answer, and someone has really given me an answer that's like totally like a 180. I'm like, oh shit, I never thought about that. I see on your channel basically, God, I don't have a date, but the first person to like climb Mount Everest, and then after that, it basically turned into like, hey, we're now going to climb Mount Everest in the most dangerous weather condition ever, where you can be like thrown off the damn like fucking mountain with like a gust of wind. So
Yeah.
picture that personality, but now with like RuneScape, because I watched one of your videos, the level what was it? Level 18 combat fire, and then like every lower level you kept doing, you kept saying to yourself, we're gonna go lower, we're gonna go lower, 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 and obviously no one has ever done it. So me, like, what makes Rendy, I would say definitely you know, a overachiever, which is not, it's a positive thing. You know, you try to do a lot of these challenges, and I asked, you know, quite a few people, just, you know, because I always ask people on Twitch or social media opinions, basically about like doing an interview, you know, with different people, and quite a bit of people, their responses was like, yeah, this is like someone who has uniqueness to be like the first at, you know, pretty much like this area of like challenges. So I would definitely say what makes Rendy, in my opinion, is definitely overachieving, wanting to basically be, you know, number one. Striving to have a. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, hey,
I've gotten kind of lazy as of late, though. I've gotten kind of lazy. Okay, it's like at first I feel that, but like I'm still doing some challenges, but I'm trying to I'm running out of things to do here. Okay, I'm trying to implement some like commentary, just casual video gameplay, and all of that. So, but sometimes I overachieve. Definitely in the past, like all the time, I would overachieve for sure. I definitely see that.
Yeah, and like one of my favorite movies, Talladega Nights with Baby Jesus, Sweet Baby Jesus. You're either first or you're last.
Or you're last. Yeah.
There is no in between. You're either first place or you're last. But yeah, and that does actually bring me to another question as well, and I do have a sub question. So question 4 is: would you play RS if you did not create content? And I'm pretty sure I already know the answer, but for sub question to that, do you think there are other people out there that have done crazier challenges than you, and they just have not documented anything on, you know, YouTube or Twitch?
Oh yeah. Definitely. Yeah. And then they do document it sometimes, but it doesn't get traction always. I would say I kind of pioneered in a way, not as much as Wooks, but along with some other people, an era of like people doing these kinds of things. Just these very difficult or somewhat like it makes no sense to do, but it's very hard to do kind of tasks. And specifically in like the last 2 years, I've seen tons of people doing crazier things than I could even do, and who are just better at the game, like mechanically, who can literally move their mouse precisely, very quickly. Like I said, I'm good at planning things. I'm not good at executing them all the time. But like, there's people who are way better at this kind of stuff than me. They don't really make content out of it because they're not trying to break down the process and explain what's going on to a lot of people. They're just trying to put it out there and say, yeah, I did this, and they'll just put the raw footage out there. But yeah, there are some really good players. I would say there's someone named like Port Kazard who did like some crazy new TOA solos at like 500 and all these other things he's done. He's now done a level 3 fire cape even. Yeah, and then people like Exact, who's also done a level 3 fire cape around the same time as me, and he's documented it, but he's only got like, I'd say, 10,000 YouTube subs. He was more of a streamer. He's kind of been absent as of late. There's a lot of much more technical players in the last 2 years, I'd say, and they're just now using kind of these things that were not really intended to be used in the game, like prayer flicking and tick eating and all of that. But they're developing new strategies all the time.
Crazy, like, so I remember Bodhi is really good at this prayer flicking.
Yeah.
It's whenever I do God Wars and I stream it, everyone's like, oh, prayer flick, and I'm like, all right, 60, 10. It's like, fuck you, Pete. No, like I'd rather bring an inventory of pee pots than like yeah, like mechanically. I just learned that I'm a freak of nature recently because so I started. Oh God, 34. So you're talking 21 years. I've been using a mouse as a lefty. I'm a lefty. Apparently, I ate my brother in my mom's womb. I'm a satanic freak of nature. So when I use my middle finger to fucking click to do a left click, and one of my friends they saw a video of mine of me, and they're like, "Dude, why do you do that?" And I'm like, "What do you mean? It's natural." And it does make a lot of sense because there's a lot of times like I just suck like clicking on mouses, but yeah, like to do a lot of these crazy things, you definitely have to be technically over developed and just like know all the clicks and everything. And yeah, for the vast majority of people, if you tell them to prayer flick a bandos, we're gonna be in death's. We're gonna be in the graveyard.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we're gonna be gone.
You can dumb this stuff down so much to where like anyone can understand it, even if it's like takes me an hour sometimes for a video to explain everything that's going on, which is another reason why my videos are so long. But I have a wider audience doing that, and the thing with the mouse you just mentioned, like I didn't know this, but I thought I had used my middle finger the whole time. I use my middle finger to both, right click and use the scroll. And I didn't even know I was doing that. Like I think I saw a tweet about that. Like who here is like insane and uses all three of their fingers on the mouse? And I was like, I do. And then I looked down, I'm like, wait, no, I don't. I don't actually do that. So I thought that was funny. Another thing you asked me before was, would I play if I didn't create content?
Yeah.
I'd say yes, and sometimes I wish that was the case, honestly, because as of now, like I get tracked down by like the owners of this company, and like they try and not as of late, but like a year ago, they would try and track me down and just like ban me all the time. So, and that would only be after I make a video. So it'd be really fun to be able to play the game and not have to like watch my back every second and like actually enjoy it and make cool accounts and just to have for myself. So I would definitely play the game if I was not content creating, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think I don't think I mean this game is the most addicting drug, the most addicting dopamine drug on the damn planet. I don't I don't know anyone that would really stop. Like once you start, you can't stop. There's very hard.
Or you can stop, but maybe just for a tiny bit, and then you're right back. So
or you turn into like what we were talking about before we started recording. A lot of people like you said have approached you and said, "Hey, I don't play RuneScape anymore. I still watch your content." By them watching the content, it triggers like a release in their brain. Like I'm not like really playing RuneScape, but I'm watching because it's
maybe I should start playing again. Like I get back.
I quit fucking dipping tobacco in my mid-20s. And the way I actually got around quitting is I don't know if this is fucking healthy. I'm not a psychologist or whatever, but
this is advice.
I would watch my friends dip, and I would be like, "Yeah, you like that? Yeah,
what?
yeah, you get nicotine buzz. I'm not getting buzz, but you are." So like, I got over fucking dipping, and then I started dipping again, sadly, but. For like
so it didn't work.
Years. Oh no, but it did make it 5 years. But for 5 years, I got over.
That's a solid time.
So yeah, so maybe some people they get over fucking quitting RuneScape by watching other people stream and make content. I do want to ask this because I'm actually interested. What was your favorite video that you have created so far, and why?
Okay.
That's brain stump, huh?
Yeah. I would say so my new like channel avatar has like a mushroom head, right? Like this is related to that. It's like it's got a mushroom
Yep.
on the character side. Yeah. So I think it was, dude, I can't even remember the name. I know the episode and the series. I don't even know the title of the video. Let's see. Okay, Mortania the Impossible Unlocked #1, a little over a year ago. That was probably my favorite video making. I spent for this one video, I spent like 6 months like theory crafting some ludicrous, ridiculous idea. And then I spent another like 2 months learning Blender and editing like an hour and a half of this video. And it's basically like a feature length film, right?
Yeah.
And it's like the creation of this video was the funnest part by far, because it was like things were happening that they were just like aligning themselves perfectly, that like if this one thing didn't happen, then all of this, the whole video idea would have been shot. And there was like 100 of these different things I would have to overcome, and every single thing was happening perfectly, right? And it somehow all worked and fit together. And just because at the end of it, the execution was like, I'm trying to basically do Priest and Peril without getting the per XP drop, right? And I had to combine like 100 different bugs, had to test through all these ones that failed, and finally came to this crazy solution. Anyways, it was like I turned into a mushroom over and over and over and over again for 20 hours straight. So you know the guy near Port Sarim who like he like casts spells and like has his little wizard minions around him. So he can turn you into a mushroom. And I found a way to wrap him turning me into a mushroom like thousands of times, and each time it's like 20 seconds. So then I found a way to transport that along with like, what the hell did I even do? It was so hard for me to even explain this in a video. Like that's why it took an hour and a half. Once again, it was like I transported that. I went to Priest and Peril. I found out because Priest and Peril doesn't turn your quest journal or it turns your quest journal green, but it doesn't drop the XP behind all these different interfaces, all this weird shit, that I could transport that, then put the mushrooms in front of the 1300 XP drop, and then run it on a server update. So I'm going 16 hours constantly going into a mushroom over and over and over and over again. And then at the end of that, it's supposed to be this 1300 per XP. But because it was on a system update, it didn't cycle through every single one of those mushrooms. There's like a cutoff point in a system update. I think in a system update, it can only do up to 1,000 actions on your character before it logs you off. So it did 1,000 cycles of mushrooms and then never dropped the XP. I log back in after the server update, and then I have Priest and Peril green in the quest journal, can get into Mortania, Canifis, all of that, and I don't have any prayer XP. I'm one prayer. So that was like the craziest by far thing I think I've ever done, and just because the execution was ridiculous, like I didn't even know how to describe parts of it. I didn't even know half the time what I was fucking doing, but it was working. And I don't think I'll ever top, like, in terms of like mechanical skill, theory crafting, any of that. I'll ever top that video in my life. So that was by far my most enjoyable video to create.
Yeah, that is whoo, you just
that might be
that.
A lot. Yeah.
No,
I'm just like going off on a rant there.
I
but
would never. Yeah, and I mean that is what makes that goes back to what makes Rendy, right? Is just no one would ever actually think and like want to really do anything, because you ask like fuck. Yeah, you're talking like 99.99999999999% of people, and if you want to get into that area in the game, they're just going to say do the fucking quest. They're not gonna
yeah.
They're not gonna think, but I don't believe I've seen that video. I may have skipped over it, but I definitely.
It's a very long and complicated video, so it might get boring. But for me, creating it, like personally, I thought it was amazing. So
yeah, I mean, it's going to be grab a beer type video, maybe a couple, and yeah, definitely, dude. So this puts us, I think, right around. We have rambled on, definitely. Yeah, your personality definitely suits your videos, because your videos are long, because you're talk, which is good.
Hey, long format videos are doing good in the algorithm right now, so
that is
this
very
is
true.
this is gonna help you. I hope. Don't take my word on it. Maybe.
Definitely. I just want to say thank you, once again for doing this interview.
Hmm.
Those were, definitely my questions for you. And it's,
Okay.
definitely been, a pleasure. For those of you people who are definitely seeking crazy ass challenges and not like attempting challenges, completing the challenges, definitely check this dude out. By far. Do you have anything else that you want to say in this interview, or anything else
Um.
you want to talk about?
Just that I've always enjoyed your content. It's been awesome, like sitting here just talking to you because as a kid, I wouldn't have ever thought this would have happened. So, thanks again for like having me on here and speaking with me. And I think that's about it.
No, I appreciate that so much, brother. And
Yeah.
yeah, maybe a lot of people will spam us saying, "Hey, dude, do another just bullshitting type video talking about stuff," because I do have definitely a lot of things definitely relatable to RuneScape, or rather the owners or makers, that we can probably spend definitely a lot of time talking about.
Yeah.
But is that little animal? Is that a cat, dog,
I got a
what?
couple. Yeah. Bozo. Bozo. He's not coming. Wait, no, here he comes. Here he comes. Come here. It's he's a Bernedoodle. I don't know if you can see
Oh,
this, but he's unfurnished, so he's not like curly like a poodle. He doesn't look like one at all. He's like a
yeah. What's
half
up,
breed.
handsome?
Yeah, and I got another one named Nibbler, but she's shy, and she's actually like I named her after getting my first one defense pure Inferno cape or something. I named her Nibbler after the Nibblers inside the Inferno. As dumb as that sounds, but yeah. So I like dogs. Dogs are cool.
Oh, one last question. Do you have any RuneScape tattoos?
No, I would get one. I don't have any tattoos. I really want some too, but dude, I just moved out in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, so
There is
there's no
nothing.
tattoo shops
There's no.
around or anything.
I will come and gladly pick you up and bring you to my artist, because
Really?
oh yeah, I got fucking I actually just got another fucking RuneScape tattoo. But I got fucking a Raxor, the King Black Dragon, because I'm 1988 Year of the Dragon. But yeah, I mean,
That's pretty
we
sick.
we both love this game, and 2022. It's okay to say we love RuneScape. 10 years ago, you love RuneScape, nerd,
What a
nerd,
nerd. Especially
nerd.
especially in middle school, high school, you ever say that? No, you couldn't do it here.
Yeah, now if you don't like RuneScape, loser. You don't love RuneScape, loser.
Yeah, like you didn't have a childhood? Who are you?
Yeah, exactly. All right, like you said before, people definitely check out this dude's videos, by far. And once again, thank you for doing this interview.
Yeah, anytime.